Hey everyone, welcome back. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll know that I've done a couple of sleeper trains and I haven't had the best experience. However, there has been one sleeper train that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I'm about to travel over 2,400 miles across America from San Francisco to Chicago on the famous California Zephyr. So I'm going to be living on the train for like 2.5 days, traveling through deserts, mountains, amazing scenery. So I booked myself into a 1-bedroom cabin, which also has its own ensuite. So looking forward to this. So just got to wait for the train to arrive. Should be here in about 10 minutes. Let's get ready to board. It seems pretty quiet out here at the moment. I should mention that it is literally a few days before Thanksgiving. So either the train's going to be really busy or really quiet. I'm expecting it to be obviously really busy. Head on board.
What room are we in?
Hello, morning.
Hi. Room B is in boy, 10.
Yep.
Okay, all the way to Chicago.
Yep.
Top of the stairs, take a left.
Thank you.
Hi there, what room are you in?
They've got Christmas music playing. Amazing. So 632B. So here's my cabin for the next 2.5 days. Let me show you around. So I have booked one of the biggest cabins that you can get on board. First of all, let's just take my coat off, which I can put in my little mini wardrobe. It's got hangers. Well, first impressions, it does look a little bit old and grubby in places, but this particular train that I'm on is fairly old, so the sockets are worn, the taps, the sink and everything looks a little bit old. So what's great about this room is that it comes with its own ensuite and also has a shower. Oh, we are moving and we're on our way. Let's just close this for a little bit of privacy. So as you walk into the cabin, first thing you see is this lovely big sofa. This is the bed, which we'll check out later. But this also turns into a bed as well. So you can get like a double bed there and I guess like a single bed just there. Couple of pillows ready for sleeping, nice and soft and clean. Couple of bottles of water. I mean, this is, yeah, a little bit grubby, which is a little bit of a shame, but you know, they didn't do a very good job with cleaning this, did they? Another seat over here. That looks like that's a connecting door, but quite a big mirror just there. I can put my coats on these coat hooks, another coat hook here, and then we've got a little sink with hopefully hot and cold water. As you know, my experience on sleeper trains, I've always had not great luck with either cold or hot water or the shower not working. Slowly starting to run warm. I've got some soap in a beer cup, couple of plugs. I've got the light there for the sink. The sink? Oh, light there for the sink. I've got a box of tissues, a couple of little cabinets here, facial tissues. I've got some flannels, which is nice. And over here, I've got some conditioner. I've got 2 conditioners. And I've got some soap. A couple of bottles of water. Pretty gross, really. I mean, I haven't cleaned very well in here. Someone's had pizza or something because there's bits of pizza like on the floor. One thing about this train is that it's best to travel light or small, because then if you've got a small case, you can put it up there. But if you've got a big case, I guess the only place to store it is kind of there next to the toilet. But obviously then trying to get in and out could be a bit of a problem. So luckily I've got a pretty small case, which can go neatly just up there. So light either side, power point, I think that's for the air conditioning, cool or warm. Over this side I can call for service, lights, music control. I guess that's just for the announcements, right? No, hang on, music control. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments. So let's have a look in my ensuite. Toilet stroke shower. Now the last time I had one of these on a sleeper train in the UK, the shower was rubbish. There's the shower head. Fluffy towels up there. We do have some shampoo, body wash and conditioner, which is quite nice. And obviously the toilet with some toilet roll. It's going to be tight. I think there is room for only one person in here. I mean, really at a push, you could get two, but I think it's just basically one person. Comes with a shower curtain. Take this off. And comes with a shower curtain as well. I'll let you know how that goes later. What's great though is you've got these huge big windows. A little bit gutted that it's not overly been cleaned that well. I mean, like, someone's clearly had a pizza in here because there's bits of pepperoni on the floor, on the seats. So as it's close to Thanksgiving, I know you're probably thinking, why on earth did I book this train so close to Thanksgiving? Obviously, I completely forgot it was Thanksgiving when I booked this train, but the observation car, which is quite popular on this train, especially when we go over the Rocky Mountains or we go anywhere like that's very scenic, it's going to get very busy. And we've been told to limit our time in there. So when it comes to the restaurant, it is going to be very busy. So with my train ticket, I do get breakfast, lunch and dinner. So our first stop and our first little break and fresh air. Bit of a fresh air stop. It's nice that they let you out, but it's always really worrying that you might miss your train as it leaves. So I'm not going to walk too far. But Sacramento, it's literally just a 5-minute stop. I'm too scared, I'm getting back on board. Free coffee, complimentary coffee for sleeper car customers daily between 6 and 11. Love the little flower there, how romantic. You can also get some more water, some napkins and some cups if I need it. So this actually opens out to a little table, which is quite nice, perfect for my coffee. And there's even like what looks like a checkers board or a chessboard on there. Soundproofing in these rooms are not great. I think someone just went to the toilet and I heard them. It's quite funny actually. I just hope they don't snore. I have bought some earplugs because I've heard that the soundproofing in these rooms is not good. So our next big stop is Reno, which should be about 4 o'clock this afternoon. So time to get some lunch. So let's just have a quick look down here. This is another option that you can do. So these are pretty nice, not as big as the room that I'm in. Lays out to a nice big cozy bed for one person. There's seating in here so you can sit either way. They don't have an ensuite though. So if you are staying in some of the roomettes, these are the showers and the toilets. Let's have a look at them. Pretty basic. They're like airline toilets actually. Here's the shower. So there's towels there ready to go. Actually, this is bigger than my shower. Obviously it's communal, so people just leave their stuff there and it's a bit dirty. At least there's loads of soap. The only thing that I've just noticed is that there's no lock on your door. I've got like a laptop, I've got a phone, and it is a little bit nerve-wracking just to leave it in here. I can close the door, but there's like no lock on it. And I asked one of the ladies downstairs, I said, is there no locks? And she said no, and she said it's because of health and safety. So there's no lock on your door to stop someone coming in and stealing your stuff because of health and safety. Because the sleeper trains that I did in the UK all have locks on the doors, so you can keep your stuff inside and you know it's safe. But there is a lock on the inside, so I don't understand what she meant by there's no locks on the outside because of health and safety. I'm a little bit confused by that. Hopefully that'll be good enough. So just over 200 people were on the train, all wanting lunch at the same time, so they had to do different times of sittings. I went for an early lunch, which was about 11:15, and the train soon got very busy. You do have to sit with other people. It's quite nice because you get to make conversation. The lunch menu was quite good. There was Caesar salad, a grilled cheese sandwich, burgers, melts, and a chili bowl as well. Every single condiment you could possibly want on the table, including loads of butter and loads of mayonnaise, ketchup and mustard. Apart from alcohol, drinks are included, so I went for a Coke and I went for the Angus burger, which actually was quite good. Surprised I didn't get any fries though. Dessert was amazing. It was this butter cake which had like buttercream inside and it tasted so good, but probably very fattening. Lunch was great. You got to make a reservation for dinner. We're getting a little bit higher now because I can see some snow out the window, and the train is going very slowly, and I know that we're going to be really delayed getting into Reno. I hope they can make some time up because I've got a flight from Chicago back to the UK the same day that we arrive on Wednesday. Yeah, I know, probably not the best thing to do, but I thought there'd be enough time because we arrive at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So I'm praying that I make my flight and we're not too delayed. So we've been here for about 25 minutes, and the reason is, and I couldn't get the shot unfortunately because it went by too fast, one of these snow plough trains went past to clear the track because there seems to be quite a bit of snow up ahead as we head up into the Sierra Nevada mountain range. This is pretty cool up here in the observation car. You just got to try and find a seat. You've got a little table up here, and I love these angled chairs. So typical, the side that I sit on doesn't have many views. It's all on that side. Wow, so beautiful. I love how there's windows up top so you can see the tops of the trees with snow on them. It does make you laugh. In the UK we get the tiniest little bit of snow and everything stops. Yet up here in this mountain range everything is working fine. Snowplow comes through every so often, clears the tracks, it's all good. Maybe it's the right kind of snow. In the UK it's always the wrong kind of snow. So it's great that they give you loads of information over the tannoy. We're about to just go through something called the Big Hole, or tunnel number 41. It's about 2 miles long. I noticed that if you go right to the back of the train you do get a different perspective. Look at that. We'll have to come back up here again when we go through the desert. Okay, so we've stopped off in Reno, the mini Las Vegas. When you actually stop at some of the stations you don't get really to see any of the sights at all. I think we're only here for like 2 minutes, but a quick breath of fresh air because I don't know if you've noticed, but you can't actually open any of the windows on the train. It's just aircon or heating. So after we left Reno, it actually got dark.
Car 32, your reservations is up. Car 32, your reservations is up.
Okay, so as I was saying,
I'm sorry, your food is up 32. Your to-go is up, sorry.
Was that just for my cabin? Or was that for everyone? I don't know. But I do have dinner reservations for 5:30. I know it's very early. They only had 5:30 and 8, and I'm still a little bit jet lagged to be honest. So I thought actually I will go for the earlier time.
Good evening. The time is now 5:30. If you have a dinner reservation for 5:30, please head down to the diner. Please wait at the door for...
Can't hear what you're saying. Anyway, so we've got dinner reservations very early. 5. I had lunch at 11:30, so it'll be fine. Let's go. I tell you what, you don't want to get your foot caught in there. Whoa! Look how much the cars are moving. Look.
What reservation do you guys have?
5:30.
5:30. What reservation do you guys have?
Up to
Can I
you.
get that one for card?
So dinner was a 3-course menu, which did include 1 alcoholic drink if I wanted it. So I sat down for the first sitting at 5:30. It was pretty busy. I went for the pearl tempura shrimp with a sweet chili sauce. It was really nice. And for my mains, I went for the marinated chicken breast with rustic mashed potatoes. Dessert was amazing. It was a white chocolate blueberry cobbler cheesecake with vanilla cream. So ready for bed. Before then, I am going to try out the shower. And obviously traveling across America, we are going to go through different time zones. We're about to go through to Mountain Time, which is an hour difference. Anyway, let's try out this shower. Okay, I'm not going to lie. The shower is quite powerful. And it isn't the hottest shower in the world, but it's better than being lukewarm like I've had in sun. So while I was at dinner, the lady came and actually made my bed up, which was quite nice of her because I didn't know what I was doing. She also added the extra mattress that I would have had down there for somebody else, for me, to make it a little bit more extra comfy. We've also got these blankets, no big duvets, and then these are to keep you in so you don't roll out in the middle of the night. Now, when I've done sleeper trains in the past in the UK, and actually in Europe, I've never slept very well just because of the motion. Normally you would think, oh, the motion would send you to sleep, but when you're lying down, it's a little bit different to kind of just like sitting in a chair. And I remember somebody saying, oh no, in America though, the tracks are a lot smoother for sleeper trains. Not on this one. I mean, this is really moving around. And the only thing they're missing up here is a light. There's no lights up here, and you kind of got to turn the lights off down there and then come up here because there's no lights. So if you are here on your own and you sleep on the top bunk, then if you get up in the night, you won't see what you're doing. I'll see you in the morning bright and early. Night night. So good morning from the state of Utah. It's been quite a snowy night actually. I last looked out the window, it was snowing, and it was snowing again this morning. Found it quite difficult to sleep actually. The train was moving around loads. This morning I went for breakfast fairly early, and I went for the scrambled eggs, and I'm actually really impressed with the food at the moment, and a nice cup of coffee to start the day. We're heading towards Denver. I think the next place that we can get outside and have a bit of a breather is Grand Junction. There was snow everywhere just like 2-3 minutes ago, and now it looks like a typical autumnal day. The scenery that goes past your window. This morning I was looking out over the snowy little towns as we were going up through the mountains, and I was just with my coffee, just sat there looking out, and it was just so beautiful. Just sitting here, and I just heard a noise, and I'm like, where's that come from? That was under the seat. Well, they missed that when they were cleaning. That was underneath the sofa. I'll have to put that in the bin.
Watch your step.
Thank you.
Station.
Wow, look at this old station.
Keep walking.
There's a little shop there that sells snacks. Just nice to get off for a little bit, get a bit of fresh air. It's quite funny, on the tannoy they said, as soon as you hear the horn, make sure you run. That wasn't the horn. I don't think so anyway. It's raining, so I think I'm going to get back on. I'm going to skip lunch in the restaurant today, and I'm going to go for a snack because we haven't checked out the snack bar. I'm a little bit gutted because of the times of this particular journey. We're going to miss some kind of attractions. For example, the Moffat Tunnel as we get near to Denver, which is a tunnel that cuts through the Continental Divide in north central Colorado. and it takes about 10 minutes to get through there. I think we'll be going through there at night, so it's not going to be very exciting because it's dark when you go in the tunnel, and it's going to be dark as we head into it. I think we just went past the Colorado River. Unless you're in the observation car, they don't really tell you much over the speakers. We're still in Colorado. Next stop's going to be Glenwood Springs, and it is still snowing. This is going to sound really gross, but you know yesterday when I said the person next door, I could hear them fart. Well, I can smell when they go to the toilet. There's an odour that comes up either when they flush the chain or, you know, maybe they've got a bad stomach.
Watch your step.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Watch your step, watch your step.
This town is so picturesque, especially as it's snowing. Famous for its hot springs. Also quite a good ski resort. They say this is when most people get left behind.
And I need to make sure your seat check is up, then you can leave and walk around. Please give me a few minutes to come up.
Once we get filled, we will do a waiting list.
This happens to be empty right now. Perfect timing.
So I've got a coffee and a classic grilled cheese sandwich. Ooh, give it a try. Obviously because it's warmed up, it's not overly crunchy, but windows are nice and big down here. It's a bit more quieter than it is up in the buffet car. And you don't have to be sitting with other people if you don't want to. There's a table free, whereas upstairs they'll sit you next to somebody else to try and cram everybody in because the train's so busy. This of course wasn't included. Came to $8.75 for a grilled cheese sandwich and a coffee. So it's going to be really busy up here because we're going through the Rocky Mountains right now, and I bet there's nowhere to sit. There's seats on this side where you can't see much, but there's just one seat here.
Anything touches those wires, debris or wildlife, lets us know through the system that there's something on the track.
Officially, our next stop is not for another 3.5 hours, and it'll probably be dark then. We've been sat here now for 45 minutes, so I am starting to get concerned that we are going to be coming in late to Chicago, and obviously I've got my flight tomorrow afternoon, so getting a little bit nervous now. So we finally started moving after 45 minutes. Did you know that over 70% of you who watch the videos are not subscribed? So if there's one thing you do during this video, please make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And of course, it helps me out no end if you give the video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. Thank you. I spent the next couple of hours in the observation car checking out the amazing scenery. Check it out, whiteout, full-on blizzard going on out there right now. I think we're struggling. The tracks are getting buried and we're slowing down. There's currently a winter storm warning in effect up until I think it's 10 tomorrow morning, and we're heading up to 8,000 feet, so this could be interesting.
Wow, that is some good service right there.
Aim for the yellow box.
Okay. So this is Amtrak's highest station at about 8,000 feet above sea level. Thankfully the train made it. Sketches are not great for walking in deep snow. Try and walk where other people have walked. So dinner this evening, I decided for my starter that I would go for the mixed green salad with baby brie with the vinaigrette dressing, and once I made it my own, I thought it looked pretty good. It tasted good as well. I then went for the Atlantic salmon, which was oven roasted with brown rice and lobster sauce. I was a little bit gutted about this as it was quite dry, but again, I could not go wrong with the dessert. The chocolate cake was amazing. I was gutted that I didn't get a chance to see Denver, but I was having dinner, and dinner actually took quite a long time tonight, so bit of a shame, but there you go. And just like last night, I'm gonna lose an hour's sleep, although I'm not going to bed straight away. I need a little bit of time for that chocolate cake to digest. So last leg of the journey tomorrow. I'll see you in the morning. Good night. So I was up early again to go and get breakfast. I'll explain why in a moment. This morning I went for the French toast with fresh strawberries, cream and a coffee. It was actually really nice. So last night's sleep was not great at all. Since we left Denver, the train certainly sped up. I think the driver's on a mission to get back for Thanksgiving. It was going so fast to the point of actually I was a little bit worried at times that we were going to derail or something. We were really getting thrown around in my bed. I almost came out a couple of times. I shouldn't have gone back in the top bunk last night. That was a mistake. The horn was going for some reason constantly for like literally hours on end. So it was quite a difficult sleep last night. That door, man, needs some WD-40 on it. I am quite a light sleeper, but please do tell me in the comments if you've ever done this sleeper train or any sleeper train where you've actually slept really well on board. It sounds so romantic going on a sleeper train, sleeping your way through all the amazing scenery, waking up in a different destination, but the reality is it's quite noisy. And also last night, the smell of the toilet reared its head again, and I wasn't the only person to complain about this because the people in the cabin next door and the other one all were complaining to the staff about the smell. It wasn't great being in the top bunk, it's right near the air conditioning, so I should have really gone down. There was an awful smell in the middle of the night from the toilets, and it was really disgusting. And it's weird, the smell isn't there all the time, it's just every so often it just pops up, and when it does, it gets right down the back of your throat. Anyway, this is what is great, having a morning coffee and just checking out the view. Not as much of a good view as it was over in the Rockies, but it's still pretty cool. Here we are at our penultimate stop, Ottumwa in Iowa. What's great about this train is that you go through all these cute little towns. I don't want to go too far. Wow, look at that. Now that is what you call a locomotive. Look at the wheels on that. We were only at the stop for 2 minutes, so I had to leg it back. 5 hours left to go then. Hopefully we should arrive on time, and we should be seeing the Mississippi River soon. Wait, is that the sun I see in the sky? First time in a couple of days, 3 days. So I had breakfast at around about 7, and they are doing lunch before we arrive in Chicago, but they're doing it at 10:30, which is now up until 11:30, so I might as well make the most of my money. Kind of emotional. Last meal break. I've only just noticed this, that you don't have to press that because you can use your feet. Though making the most of it for my last lunch, I went for a chicken Caesar salad. I was really hoping for a butter cake, that's why I came back in here, but unfortunately they didn't have any, so I had to go for the cheesecake, which was still epic. It's our last fresh air stop before we get to Chicago. Galesburg. I think that's an old sleeper train, that is. That wasn't very long. That was so close, she was closing the door on me. The Great Plains remind me of Norfolk, Lincolnshire, back home actually. What an epic journey. Thousands of miles across 7 states or more. The California Zephyr from San Francisco to here, Chicago. Certainly was an amazing experience. What you saw out of the window every day was completely different. I didn't get to see too much of the desert because it was actually covered in snow, although that added to it, and especially because it's the holidays, it was quite nice. I'm not gonna lie, the cabin was quite dirty. It wasn't cleaned very well, but I understand they have a very short time between people coming in and out of those to get them clean. It was a very old train, and the sleeper cabins that I were in were, I don't know, well over 9-10 years old, I think. The smells in the cabin at night time in regards to the toilets have seemed to be an issue for quite a lot of people travelling on the California Zephyr, especially on the older trains. Last night it was so strong, I kind of had to open my door. You can't open any windows, of course, so the air, it gets into the air conditioning and it kind of just circles around. Talking of the air conditioning, it was probably a mistake sleeping on the top bunk. I should have slept on the bottom bunk, and the air conditioning wouldn't be bouncing off the bed and bouncing into my face all night long. You can't turn it off, you can only turn it to warm, which I did, but that was still pretty cool. What's amazing about this train is the people that you meet, especially in the dinner car when you sat there and they sandwiched you in 4 people to a booth, and obviously if you're traveling alone you get put in with other people, and there was actually a few people that were there traveling either as a couple or as alone as well, so it was really great. I got to meet some amazing people from all over the country. The food on board, I wasn't expecting too much, but I was actually really impressed. Apart from the salmon that I had last night that was quite dry, everything else was amazing. The desserts were insane. The 2 girls that were working the restaurant car, they were like machines. They worked like from first thing in the morning till last thing at night with all the different sittings. They worked it like a machine. And respect to the chef, I mean, like, wow, putting out all those meals was crazy. Now the fresh air stops were very brief. I mean, like really brief. The last stop that I was in, I think they said you've got 3 minutes. I was out there for like a minute and they were getting ready to go. And the thing is they will just go without you. If you're not near the train, they will just close the doors. The shower on board was actually really good compared to other sleeper trains that I've done before. The beds were okay, they weren't overly that comfortable. I'm a light sleeper and I can never sleep laying down on a sleeper train. But last night he was gunning it going towards Chicago. I mean, he was going so fast that I was actually worried for my life at some points. It was really jolting around and I almost came out of bed 3 times, I think. Tell me if you can ever sleep lying down on one of these trains. So how much did I pay? It came to a grand total of $1,989. That of course includes 3 meals a day. You do get hot coffee up until 11 o'clock. For some people it's on their bucket list. You go through some of the most amazing scenery. Tell me what you thought in the comments. Please make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Remember to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time.